Yo guys, what up? It's your boy AMG Dens, just doing a bit of last minute practice today for the big 24 hours of Le Mans tomorrow.
Fastest lap for Paleo, 3:59.2 seconds.
Shut up, Jim. Anyway, yeah, just doing some last minute testing just to make sure everything's running smoothly. I'm just going to try and see if I can run the stream in 720p to see if it makes it run any more smoothly. The more higher you run a stream, the more intensive resources it takes away from your PC in terms of the actual game. So just got it down to 720p. You're gonna see how that looks, and yeah, it'll basically be a toss-off between 1080p but lower frames in game, or 720p but higher frames in game. So got the stream up on my phone as well. Should want to work at some stage, I'd imagine. I click on it now. Let's see. Strange how it's not showing it on YouTube yet. There we go. So now it should be in 720p. Actually doesn't look too bad. I'll leave my phone in the corner here. And let's go on circuit and do some practice. Just make sure you lot got some sound as well. Okay, that looks good. Well, let's go out and do some laps. Don't want the baseline set up. My setups. Oh, we can delete that one as well. We're not going to ever use that. iRacing, nope. My subs. Oh wait, there's a delete function, isn't there? Hold on, let's load it and then delete it. So my subs, and delete. And my subs, no Le Mans, and there we go. That's R1. Let's go to practice. So let's just see what this is on at the moment. Yeah, 720p, that's good. Hey Michelle, how's it going? I hope you're keeping well. You're looking forward to the Monaco Grand Prix this weekend? Let me know if you are. And what do you think of Mercedes' new package? It looks pretty interesting, no? No more zero side pods, they've gone to a more conventional design with the car. Do you think Mercedes is going to be competitive this week, or do you think it's going to take them some time to understand that new package? Let me know.
The pit lane speed limit is 60 kilometers per hour.
Big drift out the pits.
Pit exit is clear.
And away we go.
Don't cross the line. That's a new fastest lap for Paleo, 3:59.1 seconds.
A bad Red Bull for life. Oh gosh. I mean, it is quite similar in terms of design. Like, everyone seems to be copying Red Bull and the style of side pods they have, to be fair. But then also, Aston Martin have announced that they're going to be joining Honda in the future as well. So what do you think of that? Do you think it's going to work out between Honda and Aston Martin? Well, when they come together, do you think Fernando Alonso will stay, or do you think he'll get pushed out? Because usually with Honda, they're like, oh, well, you know, we'll supply you with the engines, but you have to take one of our drivers, and Yuki Tsunoda's obviously been a Honda driver for a really long part of his career, so it'll be interesting to see whether or not that's a condition of that agreement. They're clearly better. Alright, Michelle. Okay, we'll see. We'll see. When's the first practice session, by the way? Is it 9 o'clock or is it a bit later on today? Good partnership. Absolutely, I think so as well. I think with Aston Martin, and particularly Lawrence Stroll, he's always been quite serious about making Aston Martin a competitive team again. And obviously the Honda engines, for Red Bull, you could say that they've been doing really well, but then AlphaTauri use Honda engines as well, and they're not always at the front or not always competitive, so I don't know if the engine is everything. It'll be very interesting to see how it works out between those teams. Thank you, Michelle. Also, Michelle, now that you're in here, could you do me a huge favor? Could you let me know how the stream looks on your side? You know, can you see everything? Is everything nice and clear? I'm running it currently in 720p, so it's not the highest quality, but because it's not as high the quality, it should be more stable, the stream. You shouldn't have as much lag and stuff like that too. Hopefully it's okay for you guys. Yeah, all good? Perfect. So we love to hear. Absolutely loving that. That's great.
That's a new fastest lap for Helio, 3:58.5 seconds.
It's the thing with iRacing too. There's so many different like buttons and different displays and different graphics. There's a lot of stuff on screen, so it's one of the hardest games to kind of stream. If you don't have a good PC, or if you try to stream in too much of a high quality, it will either make the game very laggy for you, or make the stream really poor. One of the two.
Sector 1 is quick.
What's your predictions then for Monaco qualifying, Michelle? You know, with Monaco, the main thing for the race is literally the qualifying order. So, what's your predictions for the top 5? Who do you think is going to qualify in the top 5 for the Monaco Grand Prix this weekend? If it's me, I think I'm going to say Max. Oh, no, actually, I'm going to say Charles, Max. Probably Perez, George, Lewis, and then I don't know, Science behind those guys. Half 1 to half 2, and then 5 to 6, and then 12 to half 1. That's some weird times, man. It feels like they're on later than they usually be. We can't complain too much. At least we've got some racing this week because we didn't get any racing last time out in Imola. Charles Leclerc will get pole and crash out, probably. That's the thing with Charles, he never has luck in his home Grand Prix. Even when he's got the fastest car, he always struggles. You're saying Leclerc, Max, Perez, Russell, Alonso. Ooh. Completely forgot about Alonso, to be fair. But yeah, I mean, I think in a couple of interviews you were saying that the Aston Martin is supposed to be really strong at the slow speed circuits like Monaco. So if that's the case, then yeah, should be a really good weekend for Aston Martin. You know, to be fair, they're doing really well as a team. Really, really well as a team. You can see that they've really bridged the gap between themselves and the likes of Ferrari and Mercedes. You know, sometimes not even too far from Red Bull. And what do you think about the other drivers as well, Michelle? Like Nick de Vries. If Nick de Vries is a howler this week,
P3.
do you think Red Bull will sack him?
Sector 3 time is quick.
Maybe put Daniel Ricciardo in there. What do you think with Nick? He deserves a bit more time. Thank you so much, Junior. I appreciate it, man. It's my VPG FP1. Really love this wheel. Just amazing the amount of attention to detail you can get for it. Tells you your lap times, fuel usage, predicted lap times. If you make a brake bias change, it tells you. It's really cool. How are you doing though, Junior? I hope you're well. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm just doing a bit of practice. We've got a 24-hour race tomorrow as part of a community with the Missed Apex podcast. So they usually run a couple of special events throughout the year on iRacing. Tomorrow it's their first ever 24 hours of Le Mans virtual. So yeah, really looking forward to it, man. We've been doing a lot of practice. The Ferrari is one of the quickest cars in the GT3
Sector 1 is 0.42 off the pace.
class around here. Looking to upgrade yours? Nice, man. What are you thinking of going for? Are you a Fanatec guy? Are you a Simicube guy? Do you like Thrustmaster? There's lots of different wheels out there on the market, man. The cries will last to the end of the season and then go to another club, like Alfa Romeo. You think so, Michelle? I don't know, you know. I think with Alfa Romeo, obviously because they got bought out by Audi, they'll probably see if they can put a German driver inside there, like Mick Schumacher. I mean, that's just my prediction anyway, but yeah, with Nick, I kind of feel a bit sorry for him, although he knew what he was getting himself into, to be fair. And race tomorrow should be at, I think, 12 o'clock UK time, Junior. So, just about lunch tomorrow. But, yeah, man, if you're around tomorrow, if you're free, pop by, man. Using a Mac wheel, nice. Get through these corners so I read the rest of what you just said. Got a Fanatec set up for the last 2 years. Brilliant, man. Can't go wrong with a Fanatec at all, bro. I remember when I got my first CSL Elite, and then I was like, yeah, this is nice, but I want some direct drive. So I got the CSL DD 8mm pack, and even now I still got that like bug, man. I still want to get like, you know, something fresh, like a Simicube, or maybe a higher direct drive from Fanatec. But for now, this is good enough for me, man. I don't think it would make me a better driver or make me any quicker. It's just about immersion at that stage. But it's money, man. Everything's just so expensive. So I think I'm gonna save up for a bit before I do any more upgrades. Bottas will probably retire. You think so? I wouldn't be too surprised, you know. I wouldn't be too surprised with Bottas. I mean, I think that he's still quite a good driver. I think if you give him a good car, he can still do decent stuff. But whether or not he'll ever compete for a championship, I think those days are done. I think at best he'll always probably be like a midfield driver. So, yeah, man. But I do like Bottas though, man. He's a really good character on the grid. He's always funny with the sort of stuff he does. And you can tell that, like, he's always like a good team player. Like, you always do what's best for the team. Thank you so much, Junior, man. I really appreciate that, bro. It's always nice, you know, when we're joined or we're accompanied by lots of people and we're doing these long distance streams, because, yeah, man, 24 hours in a sim is mad. Just first couple of hours, you're like, oh yeah, nah, this is really intense. And then throughout it, bro, you just go through ups and downs, man. So it's nice to just have you lot here. Need to make you a mod as well, Junior. Hold on, I got the stream on my phone. Make your mod. I'll have to do it from my other account. Do not text and drive, kids. Do not text and drive. I got an off track there. Oh, whilst we got that off track warning.
To slow down and give back some time.
See if I can make Junior a mod. There we go, Junior. You should be a mod now. And are you getting F123 Las Vegas track? Looks nice. Yeah, I'll definitely be getting F123. I have to, man, because on this YouTube thing, you've always got to make content, man. You've always got to be making good content. So whether I like it or not, I'll have to get F123. But nah, I've heard some decent stuff about it. You know, people have said from the beta tests that they've improved the handling of the game, so it's not as weird over curbs, or I don't know, man. Like I had a love-hate relationship with F122. Sometimes how I would drive on the wheel, but they're saying that there's been a lot of improvements. I know that Codemasters and EA always say that kind of thing because they just want your money, but there's hope. There's hope. The XF1 sports wheel, nice, bro, nice. I don't think I've seen them before, but I'll check them out, man. There's lots of stuff on the market. There's lots of stuff on the market. You got VPG, you got GSI. Who else is out there? You got, I think Moser have like a wheel with like a dashboard on it as well.
Sector 2 is 0.6 off the pace.
There's so many different wheel manufacturers out there for sim racing, man. It's the whole kind of demographic of wheels has changed in the last couple of years. It's nuts, man. If I wasn't such a Mercedes fanboy, I'd have probably bought something else. But with this, it's just awesome because it just looks like the real F1 wheel. I can get the dashboard just like Lewis Hamilton's one. And on top of that, I can customize it. So, yeah. Your friend told me about your channel. Oh, awesome, man. Which friend was it? I have to pay them a commission, Junior. I have to pay them a commission, man, for getting the word out there. Who was it that told you about my channel, man? I have to big them up at some stage. That's awesome, man. It's not a huge channel, you know, but I'm trying to be more consistent. Trying to just, like, you know, bring you sim racing from maybe a different kind of perspective. And, you know, just realize with me, man, like, I'm super transparent. Like, if there's anything you want to know or anything I can help with, I'll always try. Because there was a stage I didn't know anything about sim racing, bro. So I had to spend months kind of just looking into it, asking people questions. And it's nice just to have like a community of people, you know, that you can share all the experiences with. Hey, Salve, nice. I have to give Salve a big shout out, man. Honestly, you guys are legends. You guys are
Sector 3 time is fast.
amazing legends. Right, let's go for a push lap. See how quick we can go on this one. Oh man, this car feels so good at this time of the day. With iRacing, like, there's a very complicated track temperature model. So the hotter the track temperature, the slower the lap times are, because obviously there's less grip. But in the mornings, it's amazing. There's just so much grip out there. Nah, I'm a Mercedes fan. I said if I wasn't a Mercedes fan, then I probably wouldn't have got this wheel. I would have probably got a different design. But because I am a Mercedes fan, I had to get like the, you know, the W14 style of wheel. Right, brake here.
P4. Sector 1 time's okay.
Bring it over to the right, brake just before the 100 meter board. Yeah. Woo. You know, Junior, it's an interesting one, man, because, like, I think the reason why people are asking this question is because, like, it's taken Mercedes so long to give Lewis his new contract, man. So, if Mercedes didn't give Lewis a new contract, and Ferrari had a deal on the table, I think Lewis would take it. I think that's the only way he would leave. But I think obviously if Mercedes give him a good contract, pay him the money he wants, allow him to do all the little things he wants to do as well. Because you know with Lewis, the guy loves his fashion, he loves his music, he loves going to all these like different events. If they allow him to do that, then yeah, I think he would stay. Because with Lewis, the thing is he's always been with Mercedes. Like even in his junior career, a lot of his junior career is sponsored by Mercedes, when Mercedes and McLaren were a partnership together. So I think in his heart, he always want to stay with Mercedes. But I think obviously, if you're at a team and they're not going to give you a competitive car, or you're there and they're not going to pay you what you think you're valued, then you're going to have to leave, man. So I wouldn't have been surprised at all. I wouldn't have been surprised at all if he had been to or changed over to Ferrari. And like, again, I mean, I know Ferrari at times can be a bit, you know, with their strategy, but could you imagine how mad that combination would be? Charles Leclerc and Lewis Hamilton in the same team. That'd be bonkers. That'd be probably the maddest lineup on the grid. Bit of understeer there. Yeah, true. The thing with Lewis is that he's a very commercial guy. Very commercial, you know. The guy has got a lot of things that he brings to the team, not only just in terms of his driving and his experience, but commercially he's an asset to Mercedes too. So, I agree with you. If Mercedes were to lose Lewis,
P2.
I think
3 times quick.
yeah, it wouldn't reflect so nice on them, and I think they would struggle to find a driver of his popularity, because man's basically the Cristiano Ronaldo of F1. Like, man's got all the followers, man's got all the fashion deals, man's got all the women, man's got everything. So I know people, not everyone loves him, but I'm a fan, if you couldn't tell. But yeah, he does a lot, man. That's the thing with somebody like Lewis too, you know. I don't want to get on a whole thing about him because I talk about him on my podcast. I've got all of his collectible cars, I've got posters, I've got everything for Lewis. But yeah, the things that he just does for the sport and the things he does for kids, the things that he does outside, it's really cool, man. Like, he's one of the drivers that actually care about a lot of the stuff in the world, which is good, man. And I think inevitably at some point he'll retire. But when he retires, I don't know which driver I'd support, man. It'll be interesting to see who gets number 1 seat. Who
Sector 1 time is good.
Mercedes or at Ferrari? Because at Ferrari, yeah, it'd be interesting. Because with Leclerc, he's obviously, I think, they don't ever admit it, but I think Leclerc's the number 1 driver in the team, really. So, if they were to bring Lewis in, they'd either have to make them equal, or make Lewis, I guess, the #1 driver. But then I don't know how Leclerc would take that. I don't think he'd be too happy. And I don't think it would happen either, because I think this new team principal that Ferrari have, Frederic Vasseur, he was Charles Leclerc's manager when he was in GP2. So there's kind of a connection there between Charles and Ferrari and all the stuff we kind of see today. But Mercedes, should Lewis, you know, retire one day, yeah, I think they'll probably keep George. I don't know, I could see somebody like Lando Norris going to Mercedes, you know. I could see someone like Lando going there. And then it'd be interesting to see like who's really the best of the British out of Lando and George. Because there's a lot of McLaren fans out there that rate Lando quite highly, and to be fair, Lando's never been in a championship challenging car. But at the same time, I think there's that race in Sochi he could have won. The team were telling him to box for Inters, and then man was like, nah, I'm not boxing for no Inters. He took the gamble and it didn't work. So sometimes with drivers like that, you can see that they're still a bit inexperienced, but you have to learn, and sometimes you have to learn through, you know, things like that. So it makes you a stronger driver. That's gonna be off track. Oh wow, I didn't give it to me. Okay. Usually if you understeer and you go over that curb on the right hand side, it gives you a penalty. But because I slowed down, I think it was like, meh, not gonna penalise you this time. Oh, okay, yeah. That's a bit like me as well, you know, Junior. Like, when I first got into Formula 1, my dad was a huge Michael Schumacher fan. Huge. So every Sunday I just remember seeing this red Ferrari on the TV screens, and he's battling against the likes of David Coulthard, Kimi Raikkonen. Well, we still got Alonso. Those guys there, Pablo Montoya. So I think I wouldn't mind seeing him at Ferrari either, to be fair. And I think most drivers, like, they all kind of dream about driving Ferrari one day, so you could never say never. Yeah, the driver pairing would be interesting, because that's the thing, Charles and like Lewis, they're quite similar characters. You know, they both have like their music and the stuff they like to do off the circuit. But then when it comes to business, I don't know. That one's a really tight one. I think obviously Lewis is the more composed, more reliable one. But Charles is a fast guy on his day. When Charles is in his like, you know, his mode, and he's not making mistakes, easily one of the quickest guys on the grid. So
Sector 1 is quick.
Lando, Russell, Perry. Yeah, true. I could see it though. I could see it, because if McLaren don't start developing competitive cars, Lando has to bust case. He has to leave at some stage, because there's no point of him just being there and wasting his time and talent, man. Like, to get into Formula 1's hard enough, you know. But then it's hard to call it, man, because sometimes when you leave a team, bam, that's when you start becoming competitive. You know, Fernando Alonso had left Ferrari back in 2015 or 16, and then when Seb went over to Ferrari, they were competitive again, you know. Or when Seb Vettel left Aston Martin, and then as soon as Alonso came in, then Aston Martin were competitive. So it's a tough one in Formula 1. Sometimes it's good to just stick with the same team, because at some point you're hoping that they're going to be competitive, and other times you decide, nah, like, if the team's not good enough, you just have to go.
Sector 2 time is okay.
think Gasly and Piastri would be a good pairing. Ooh, it's a good shout. I also think Lando and Albon would be a good pairing. Yeah, I think those are both good shouts. That's the thing, at least with like Albon now, he's got a lot of experience like driving for different teams as well now. And I think he did a bit of DTM when he was outside of F1, which also I think is like giving him a bit more of a perspective and generally matured him a bit as a driver as well. So yeah, man, there's lots of guys around there. Lots of guys that probably be moving around in the next couple of years depending on what happens. I even heard the other day that Alpine are looking to get rid of Ocon, but I don't think Ocon's done that badly, to be fair. So if that rumour's true, then those guys are being harsh. But it's Formula 1 at the end of the day, innit? So I guess it's a harsh business.
Sector 3 time is fast.
Surprised I didn't get off track for that. As soon as this car becomes more light, like you burn off the fuel, it's so precise. In the initial kind of phases of driving this Ferrari, it's a bit understeery on heavy fuel. So it's nice when the fuel burns off, but also you kind of have to adjust to the balance a bit. Just try and do a bit of lifting coasting as well to lap. Because the strategy is try and do 13 laps on a full tank of fuel. If you absolutely cane it in a Ferrari, as in the GT3 Ferrari, you'll probably do about 12 laps. If you're really good and you lift off the throttle and you just like let the car like glide or coast, you can get about 13 laps out of a tank. So it's pretty useful. I'm just gonna ask again, Michelle Jr., how's the stream looking? Is it all okay in like 720p? No lag, no kind of like weird kind of YouTubey kind of things. Can you see the wheel on the wheel cam? Can you see me on the face cam? Are all these overlays all good? Just let me know. Because if it's all good, I'll probably leave the settings like this for the actual event.
Sector 2 time is good.
And going back to the whole Aston Martin Honda thing as well, can you imagine how old Fernando Alonso will be by the time the 2026 regulations hit? My guy's gonna be a grandpa. He's still gonna be driving. Lost a lot of time there. All okay so far? Perfect. Thank you, Michelle. Messed up that corner before, we were a bit too wide, so we lost 3 temps. I'm gonna start ramping up our pace once we save a bit more fuel. Sitting about 5.2. I'm on lap 8, so think that's good fuel economy.
Sector 3 times okay. Sector 1 time is good.
Feels like a good lap so far. Right, see if you can get it perfect this time. Not a bad lap, not a bad lap. Let's push.
Sector 3 time is fast.
Lost a hundredth of a second there, but still not bad. Mess that corner up slightly. Gone slightly slower than our best. Very neat section there. Amazing, that felt good. Got a big piece of debris on the windscreen now. Ah, I missed the apex. Yeah, it's gonna cost me some time. God damn it. Yeah, let's push on this lap then. So going into turn 1. Bring the car all the way to the right, use the curb, coming up to the Dunlop bridge. Second gear, get the nose of the car in, eat that curb, underneath the Dunlop bridge, up into 4th gear, hold it, keep the car all the way to the right. 3rd gear, trail brake, all that weight transfer, smash the gas, eat that curb on the right. Now make this corner as wide as possible, 4th gear, trail brake. Lovely. Fly over that curb. 4th into 5th. At this point, you might as well make yourself a coffee or KFC on the right hand side there. Little Easter egg. Right, coming up to the first Moorsan straight chicane. I'm gonna start easing the car to the left to maximize the track width. And then just after the barrier breaks up, smash the brakes. 2nd gear, trail the brakes, back on the gas, use all the curb on the right hand side. Again,
P2.
if you made yourself a copper,
Sector 1 time's okay.
if you made yourself a copper at this stage, it might be nice to get the nice little biscuits out, maybe a sausage roll from Greg's. Other bakeries are available. Brake just before the 100 on the right hand side, smash the brakes again. 2nd gear, trail brake, wider exit this time, use the curb on the left, straight line in the corner, use all the circuit on the right. Bring the car to the left.
Okay Dino, 10 minutes of fuel remaining.
So coming up to the end of the Moorsan straight, one of the most heaviest braking zones. We keep it in 5th this time. Brake just by the curb. 1st gear, back on the gas. Car wants to dance on the outside, but I can make a Ferrari dance in Shaku. Up the gears. Coming up to Indianapolis. This corner is quite tricky for some cars, depending on how much aero you run, how much rake you run on the car as well. So coming up underneath the Toyota hybrid board, just trying to keep the car as straight as possible for the shortest distance to the line. On the green Astro, 5th gear, coast, 2nd gear, back on the gas. Use all the circuit on the right, keep it in 3rd. Clip that curb on the inside, back on the gas. Now, again, the next series of really technical corners, really high speed, high downforce part of the circuit here. Come up to the Porsche curves, keep it in 5th gear, use the green Astro, bring it into 4th, and then on the power, and try and keep it flat. Flat. Lift. Feather the brake. Feather the brake. Weight transition over to the left. Nice. Yeet that curb. Yeet that curb. And then you got the final chicane. This can make or break your lap here. Second gear. There we go. Flying over those curbs, and it's gonna be a 3:54.6.
Very little fuel left in this lap. Box this lap. Your quickest overall. That lap was a 3:54.7 seconds.
And there we go, guys. Fastest lap of the session. Could probably even go a bit faster. Understood there. Right. Let's get the engineer to do something for us in a second. Practice pit stop.
Alright Dino, this is our benchmark stop. We'll be timing the in-lap and the out-lap. Race pace.
Man like Troy, what's going on, bro? Nice to see you inside here. My Porsche Penske brother. Right, how much fuel do we actually have? Oh, we can go for another 2 laps. The hell? Look at this thing trying to con us out of a lap. We might have to do a bit of fuel saving, or we might have to do a bit of lifting coasting. But yeah, we're not gonna pit this lap. We're gonna pit for the next one. So do a bit of lifting coasting. Definitely don't want to bust this lap. If you want to do 13 laps on a tank of fuel. Yeah, balance. This Ferrari feels amazing, man. Car feels good. Balance of the car feels so crisp. Just doing some lifting coasting. What's nice with this Ferrari as well is it's got different engine modes. So if necessary, we might have to change the engine mode. But we'll leave it on map 1 for now. Short shift. Lift from here.
Okay, Dino, we're running on fumes, mate. Pit this lap, in this lap.
I'm not going to pit this lap, Jim.
Time is okay.
I'm not going to pit this lap. Hole 54. You know it, Trey. You know it, bro. To be fair, if the track conditions are a bit cooler, I think I could have been in the 53s. The optimum in the top right says it would have been a mid 54, but I think I can go quicker than that. But either way, we've got to do some fuel saving as well, so we can get to 13 laps. Can't go too dummy on them. Ooh, careful. That corner's supposed to be in 4th, to be fair. If you do it in 5th, you're going to get a bit of understeer. That's the thing. When you start lifting and coasting, you start doing stuff that you wouldn't normally do. So, got to be a bit careful. Yeah, I think we should make it to the next lap. Easily. And even with lifting and coasting, you've seen how I really wasn't attacking that lap. This is probably going to be like a 58 or something.
You've just done a 3:57.
Imagine a 57. 57! And I was lifting and coasting, so there's still a lot of time out there. So that's good. We're going to hit our fuel target, which is nice. Still got 8.1 laps of fuel in the tank. Practice pit stop.
We need race pace on the in-lap and the out-lap. This will be our benchmark.
Two turns up in the first sector. Can use up all the fuel now. Definitely need a new windscreen tear off as well. Let's see, Trey. I'm not going to be able to complete this lap. But let's see where the optimal is going to be. Let's make sure we got a windscreen tear off as well. New tires on there as well. Yes, sir. Man like Ryan, you know. Bro, I don't start until 9, bro. I don't start until 9, bro. Man's chilling. I got another half an hour, bro. Aren't you supposed to be working, bro? Oh, nice to see what the F1 man them climbing their way in here. I know, Junior, it can be. Oh man, slap that like button like Will Smith. Oh, I love it when it does that. Yeah, man, this is a good stint though. 54.
Your sector 2 time is quick.
And we managed to get 13 laps out of the tank, including the in lap and out lap. Really good. Oh yeah, shit, you put the day off, didn't you? You slacker. Man boat off the whole day, you know. Jeez, man like Ryan, you better be doing 54s, you know. Man boat off the entire day just to practice. Mad thing. Gonna box this lap.
2 litres remaining.
Alright, I'm gonna box this lap. Let's push as hard as we can on the entry.
What's your speed limit in the pits? Box in 1,450 feet. 1 litre remaining.
That was good. I'm gonna have enough fuel. Yeah, I'm gonna have enough fuel. 52s, bro. Yeah, you better be doing 52s, bro.
300 feet.
Man, better be doing them 52s, my guy.
100 feet.
Oh shit, I should be timing this, shouldn't I? I could time it back afterwards. I still haven't worked out how long it takes to do a pit stop. And Jim should calculate it for me once I come out the pits. But I have a feeling he won't because mine's useless. So I'm gonna have to time it with a stopwatch afterwards. Alright, so we're still on 56 litres. So basically I can start accelerating when we get to about 98. For that fast release. Haha, what a drift. Love that.
All clear. Push now.
Man, cold tires are deadly.
Okay, Dino. A pit stop will lose us about 1:11.
1:11, okay. Oh, I actually worked it out as well. This guy's smart. So 1:11. Harvey did 56. I told you, Ryan, man. Harvey's no slouch, you know. Harvey's a fast guy. I keep telling you, bro. You guys are sleeping on Harvey. Harvey's the GOAT, fam. Put some respect on his name. So 1:11. What I'm gonna do, because I don't believe this guy, fam, I'm gonna time the pit stop myself. They said 1:11. Everyone says I take a different line through this corner. But to me, it's the safest and quickest. Oh yeah, how was the tyre wear last stint as well? Should tell us somewhere. Uh, 66% on the worst tyre. Oh, 64%. That's not bad. I mean, it is only 21 degrees, and we've seen it go up to about 40, so not the worst of conditions, but yeah. You see the SS in the Discord? I did not, bro. What's the SS? I hope you're not talking about the Germans either. That was a mega stint though. Felt really good. Let's park her up.
Look out for the pit speed limit. Box in 1450 feet.
Pit boxing in 5,
300 feet.
3, 2, 1.
100 feet.
Alright, can shut the engine off. And so it's saying it's about 1 minute 11 seconds. Let me just write that down on my little notepad of little notes. Where is it? Pit stop takes 1 minute 11 seconds for fuel and tires. So let's actually time that then, shall we? Man, young still don't understand. Screenshot from VRS Harvey's drive time. Oh, okay, bro. I was an SS. What the hell does man mean, fam? But yeah, I believe him, bro. I believe Harvey's not that slow, bro. You're the only person that doubts Harvey. Harvey's actually a fast guy, fam. He just needs to work on his consistency, and then he'll be there. But yeah, man, I respect Harvey, man. Guy's a quick guy. Let's. What's the lap I came in? Was it lap 12? Lap 12. Yeah, it's this one. So, man, I love this car. It's amazing. Whilst it's fast forwarding, I might as well get my stopwatch. Okay, gone a bit too far forward. Let's do it from this view. Time this pit stop then. So, I'm gonna time it from. Wait, is that a spark? This car just bottomed out. It just bottomed out. That's super cool. See? Told you, Ryan, man. Man's dedicated, bro. Man actually practices. You can't get onto man. Because man actually practices. Right, so I think what I'll do is I'll time it from the time we put the pit limiter on. I'll do it from there. Ready on 43 seconds. What, drift out the pits? So my timer's saying about 1 minute 17. 1 minute 17. So close. But yeah, let's just go with. Let's write both of those down. One 17. So that's all 4 tires and a full fuel. I'm gonna see if I can catch an angle of that drift. That was so cool, like the way man just drifted out of the pits, fam, like Ken Block. Right. Is there like a pit? Is that gonna catch it? I think this one might do. Let's see. That looks awesome. That is such a badass like camera angle. Let's catch it one more time. That is so badass. I can play it in real time. Love that. You know, one more time. I don't know what it is. I just have a fascination with the car doing burnouts from the thing. See how it looks from angle TV1. Yeah, it's different TV1. Love that. Love that. Productive, really productive session. Love that. Let's save that. And me and Mike worked out that it goes Harvey, me, you, Mike in order of how much practice we've done. Probably somewhere around 10 to 14 hours, give or take. See, I told you, man. Harvey don't mess around. Harvey don't mess around, bro. Man's practicing, fam. Shout out to Harvey. Big respect to a man like Big H, fam. Man like Harvey and Micros. Little case, but I took a slight loss. Oh, man, amazing. Amazing. Well, listen. I am in a bus case now because I've got about 16 minutes before I've got to start working. So, working from home today anyway, so I might be in and out of the sim. But yeah, this is huge shout out to all of you guys. Make sure that you guys stay tuned for the race tomorrow. I've got to actually get some cool thumbnails as well at some point, so I'm gonna probably start doing that at some point today. But yeah, guys, I'll catch you soon. Junior, have you done 24-hour before? Yes, bro, I have. We did Le Mans 24 hours last year, but that was with a GTE car, so it was like a Porsche RSR. I had no ABS, and it had like maybe 200 more horsepower than this Ferrari, so that thing was mad. That thing was like, I don't know, like a GT car on steroids. It was nuts, man. But yeah, finished third place for that one, so it was pretty good. But it was just literally me and my best friend Mike, man. So literally, yeah, it was harder for us because it was just more tiring for both of us to share the car over a whole 24 hours. This time we've got a third driver, so it should make it a bit more easier for us to do. And yeah, we've just been putting in some hours, man. We've been putting in the hours, so hopefully it's going to pay off. Hopefully it's going to pay dividends. With this thing, bro, it's about survival. Like, it doesn't matter how quick you are. Like, if you crash, if you get taken out, if something happens to you and you have to spend unnecessary time in the garage, it messes up the entire, like, thing, bro. So, ultimately, this comes down to this, like, trying to do as much mileage as you can on the tank and doing it as efficiently as possible. If you can do those things, then you're in a pretty good position. So, yeah, man, we'll see what we can do. In a while. I'll catch you guys in a bit. A stress time. Exactly. Listen, Junior, a little funny story here before I dip. I got so tired last year when we did it. I actually fell asleep on camera, bro. Thankfully, I actually, I think I turned off the camera, but I left the microphone on, bro, so people could hear me snoring, fam. It's peak. People trolling me for it, for like, maybe like 5-6 weeks, bro. People like, oh, Denzel, man, what happened to you, bro? Man's supposed to be driving, fam, and when you were not in the car, when your teammate is driving, you snoring, fam. What going on for you? I was like, allow me, man. Man needs my beauty sleep in it, fam. Man needs to chill out and just like rest in it, fam. I'm you know, even God rested, fam. God rested on the 7th day in it, fam. So if God rested, why can't I, bro? That's how I put it across. So yeah, man, that's pretty funny. That's pretty funny, man. But anyway, listen, I'll catch you guys later. Thank you as always for the support. And yeah, man, looking forward to chopping up with you guys a bit later. Got Formula 1 as well. Do we have IndyCar? Oh shit, we got the Indy 500 this week. Yes, we do. I think there's a NASCAR race, but I don't really watch that. So anyway, I'll catch you guys soon. Take it easy. Have a blessed up day, and I'll catch you guys soon. Peace.